Blub, 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 blub. That's what that says. Blub. It's Russian. Good morning, all. It's Friday morning. I'm waking today with you, and I have not pre-baked, but today Gordy's having sativa with you. Some super lemon haze sativa sugar wax. I have not even shared this with you. I've had it over a week and not used it. Why? Because of the stress that I've been under. But see the smile? No stress today. A calm day, relaxing day. I'm seeing my son tonight. He's going to stay overnight, even though it's not my weekend. And I'm going to have a whole bunch of family here tomorrow working on my house. Cheers. I've definitely cut back on my sativas, mostly because of a lot of anxiety hanging over my head and not knowing my sativas as well as I'd like to, not knowing which ones will attack that, since most of them will expand on the anxiety. I just decided to stay away from it. Why am I changing today? Well, I can't say too much about it except for the fact that what I've spoken about for so long is buried behind me. I mean, there's a few steps to take with my ex-wife's lawyer, sign a few papers, get a few things out of the way, but everyone's going to have their rights. I think that's the best way to put it. Everyone is going to have their rights. So, Pasha's going to have the most important thing is Pasha will have his right to safety in both homes. That's the most important thing. He's going to see his dad more, and his dad's going to be healthier. Did Gordy give up stuff? Gordy always gives up stuff. Gord doesn't care about stuff. He cares about the people around him only. I want to say this again. It is the hippie way. So many people say, Gord, you got to do for you. It's not the hippie way. Others do for me. There are a few out there working for me. Like not working for me. I'm not paying them. I'm not asking them to do stuff, but they're working for me. Why? Because they have a good heart and they see that I need help and that I can't and won't help myself to some degree. My kids always give me heck about that because unless I can see clear and present direction from my benefit to the benefit of someone else, I don't care about benefiting myself. That is just the hippie way. You don't think of yourself first, but you also don't think of yourself second. It's way down the line. Another talk this morning. I'm going to have to really take it easy this weekend on medicine, even though my son will only be here for a half day. Um, because my delivery didn't make it. It was supposed to come today. Therefore, it won't make it over the weekend, and it'll be Monday. Cheers. I always find it funny the messenger, in this case Canada Post, always says don't shoot the messenger. It is never the fault of the shipper when orders made on time, shipment made on time, but it arrives late. That is always blame it on the messenger. Yes, blame it on the messenger when the messenger doesn't do their job. So this is no fault of MMJ. Not upset. I'm not the upset kind of person anyway. Already I'm starting to feel a little better from those couple of tokes. Another reason I needed the boost of energy from the sativa, because of the good news, because of the freedom that I feel. I I maybe had 3 hours of sleep last night or this morning. At 4:30, I was driving to McDonald's getting some food because I was still hungry and couldn't sleep. Um, and then finally, with that in my tummy, I slept for a couple of hours. But then I was, it's daytime now. And although I could probably sleep now, I can't because, well, one, there was supposed to be a delivery today. It doesn't look like it's coming. But two, my oldest daughter has arranged a big garbage bin to be placed outside my house for the big cleanup day tomorrow. And that's wonderful because then we can just toss and toss and toss and we don't have to worry it goes to dump later. Um, it means the cleaning will be so much faster. Really cool, really great idea. Um, and a really positive Gordy today. Uh, it is amazing what difference a little bit of freedom will give you, especially when you take, pardon my grabbing my nose there, when I haven't had my shower yet, my mustache tends to stick up and scratch my nose. Um, where was I? I was thinking of this last night and talking with a friend online who works at a ranch in California with a bunch of wild horses. And I was talking about how we in Alberta still have the real wild horses, the ones that are not held in by fence. I see them often, often in the summertime when I'm driving around in the lower fields. Sometimes you just see bunches of them. Uh, you take one of those. I akin myself to one of those, a free Mustang or Appaloosa, with the world at their feet. Especially at my age, at 54, even though I have a young child, almost 55, even though I have a young child, I've lived my whole life, and it's time for me to exercise my freedom a little bit. And for the last 6 to 8 months, since June of last year, I have had my freedom completely curtailed in whenever I needed to take medicine or even just feel a little better, I had to look at the date. I had to figure out what time it was, and I had to plan for days without, and over a 6 month period, that has chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped away at my health and my psyche, as would happen to that Mustang when if you take a wild Mustang and corral it over time, it's just going to realize that, this isn't what he signed up for, and they're not going to be happy. And that has been me for a long time, trying to show the happiness when inside I was breaking apart. Now I think I feel free again. I really wanted to go for a drive last night, and I did, just because I have more freedom again. I the stirrups that have been put on me have been taken off. And although I have a few things to prove to show that they can stay off, and that, yeah, a little piece of me might be bothered by the fact that I have to prove it, but I don't care because I can and I will. And I'll show that this was the correct decision. Nobody's going to regret this, and this really is a win-win-win for all three of us, mother, father, and son. Again, devil is in the details, so the details will never come out, but that's a request of my ex-wife, and I respect that. Peace, cheers, love, and harmony.